This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, all of you. Online students, is it clear audio and video? So the segmentation, we created an anonymous function with the reference variable. Anonymous come expression. Anonymous come expression. And now see the continuation of the program. So this is what we completed in the last session. So add product. Check it. One day gap is there, no? Maybe remember or not, no idea. I defined one. Which function this one? Not expression, huh? No? Sure, Gada. So this is expression come anonymous. It is also expression come anonymous. So both are anonymous. Which type of surrogate? Expressional. And direct accessing is not possible. Then only we created one reference variable. Through reference variable, I'm accessing this one. And after defining of the two functions, we called also. First I call the add function, then I call the product function. And in the last session, next, I'm printing one function name also here, see that. Not calling, I'm printing. Print add. If it is brackets available, then it is called as calling. But no brackets, sir, just to add a value. So what you are doing, sir, I'm printing. How, sir? It's a reference variable. So reference variable 100% we can print it. So many examples in arrays, how I printed array name, like that function name I print. What we'll get, sir? Special output not available. When I what it is printing, inside how many elements available, that all elements it's printing. Now, when I bring the add, what it is printing, sir? Add variable inside what you stored, one function body, right? The whole body is displaying on the page. So it's a reference to data type. This line. Print, add. Add inside what you stored, the whole data is displaying on the page. Even if you write the product also, we'll get same type of output on. So this is first point. How to call anonymous function by using reference variable. Next, the second point, callback. That is our main point, callback. So remember meaning or definition of callback? Meaning. No idea. No idea. Because important point I said, important concept I said. Point important, concept also important I said. But that important concept we can't forget, girl. It's not good thing. What is meaning or definition of the callback? Sure. Very good, Amma. So we are going to defining or we are going to writing one function within the another function parameters. That we can also say in another way also. What is that, sir? Sending the functions as a parameter to, because where we are writing the second function inside the other. Inside that if you write anything, those are all called as the parameters. So data sending as a parameters is a general thing. Functions are sending as a parameter. That is called as the callback. So why we have to perform the type of callbacks, sir? To perform extending operations. What is the meaning of extending and how to perform the extending? I'm going to introducing here. But what I'm going to explaining, the coming all the points up to end of this program, all are new concepts of JavaScript. I'm going to using some or introducing some functions related to arrays as well as the collections. New functions, arrays. That functions explanation, first I introduced this concept. But sir, we already used the push and pop and shift and cell. That is no need of these expression functions. And new functions, what they introduced, one of the function is for each. One of the function is for each. So if I want to call this for each function, sir, then I need the expression. Callback is compulsory. Friend, first I'm creating one array here. Array 1. Take some data, your choice, any data. I want to extract the data of this array, or I want to extract the data of any one collection object, array as well as the collection object, extracting one by one, not all at a time. One after one, one after one, one after one, I want to extract the data. For that, we can go for regular for loops. Childhood days onwards, you are writing normal for loops. I equals to 1, I equals to 0, I less than or equals to 10, I plus plus, print A of I. But here I want to extract the data in the new way, the better way than that one. So that for that purpose, they introduced a special function for each. It's a new feature of JavaScript. Remember ECMAScript concept. JavaScript 6th version released concept. This one, sir. You can apply this function either on arrays as well as the collection objects. arrays. At the same time, we can apply on collection object also even. Purpose of this, sir, fetching the data one by one, not all at a time. All at a time, if you want to fetch the data, sir, simple thing, document dot write followed by array. Already 8 examples, we worked already that one. So I don't want to print the data. I want to get the one after one, one after one, one after one. So why you are fetching the one after one, sir? To do some operations. So new function, purpose is completed, and applying area, sir, any array or any collection object. But now see that array one dot for each. Same array dot push to array dot pop, array dot shift to array dot unshift, array dot length, like that array dot for each. Fetching the data from this array, all these 5 cells, one after one, one after one. But we'll get one small problem here. See that one. Step corrector, sir. Step corrector, there is no doubt at all. It's a proper statement. But internally, we have some small problem. I'll show it. Open console. So what is the error, sir? Type error. Undefined is not a function. And problem is coming from array dot for each. What is this one? This is, sir, last session onwards we are discussing. So for each function is expecting one anonymous function from you. Which anonymous, sir? Either expression or arrow. So first example, expressions I'm using. Next example, I'll cover the arrows. So if I'm not defined this function, sir, this function never going to executing. Step already completed, see that one, but it's not showing output. It is showing the error because here it is expecting some code from you. Not data, some code expecting from you. That code you should be developed in the form of anonymous function. The arrays or expressions is your choice. So I'm developing the function here. Text what we discussed in the last session. Function close. This is the syntax I already explained. Expressional function come anonymous function syntax. What is the location, sir? Observe the location. This function I developed inside the parenthesis of the for each. For each parenthesis inside, I defined the function. This is sending the functions as a parameters to other functions, or defining the functions in the place of other functions parameters. Overall, it is called as callback. Now inside this function, what to do, sir? What to do will decide later. First, we want to get an idea. This function is executing or not. If it is executing, how many times it is executing and when it is executing. Theoretically, I already explained. Practically also, we need the proof. Because last points that only in the last session. So whenever this fun1 is executing, always your function is also executing. How many times fun1 is executing, that number of times your function is also executing. That is the theory what I already covered. Now we have some small practical implementation here. First, error cleared or not, check it. Error gone. But if I remove this function, sir, error cleared. Now inside this, for testing operations, I'm writing a small printing statement. What is that, sir? Anonymous function. So my intention is very clear, sir. How many times this is executing and what is the execution timings? Number of times or timing of execution. Both we want to get the clarity here. You already explained, sir. Yes, theoretically, the practical proof. Try to guess yourself how many times this function is running. Guess anybody. This function, how many times it is running? How many times it is calling? How many times it is executing? Huh? So not clear. One time. Time. RUNTIM, run time. Huh? One. Question again, question. Hmm? Five times. Last rows. That number of times I need count. Yes, number of times correct. What is that number? 5, 3, 2, 1? Huh? 5. Why 5? Oh, array inside 5 elements available. So 5 times. Sure, huh? Pakka. Guarantee. How many times we call that number of times executing? Same answer. Hmm? So, yes, here it is executing 5 times. Right guess, 5 times. The count also displaying, you can watch that. So, if you increase the number of elements in your array, or if you decrease the number of elements in your array, this number of times also executing. So, how it is possible, sir? See that my last 10 minutes explanation. This function fetching the data one by one, I said. And how many times fetching is going on? 5 times. So 5 times fetches happens, this function is executing 5 times also. Simple. Add some values just for idea purpose. Single time, single message. So, point very clear. Each is executing always, this is also executing. How many times for each is internally iterating, that number of times your callback function is also executing. But next, is there any parameters for this function, sir? Yes, theory point that also I covered. Whenever these functions are calling, compulsory they are sending the parameters to your function. And this function is also returning the value to this function. Parameters are working internally and return value is also working internally. So how many parameters generally it will take, sir? 3 parameters. 3 parameters. 3 parameters compulsory to use, sir. Well, I'm not used any parameter, yeah? Already I have the output, see that one. 3 parameters available, but I'm not used any parameter, but I got the output. So parameters using or not, that is your choice. But sir, my parameters count not matching, will get the errors or something, sir. No, last session clearly mentioned. In Java, .NET, C language, when you are working with parameters, we have the rules and regulations. But in my subject, even when you are working with the written statement also, that all languages guidelines compulsory, rules available. But in this subject, nothing is there. Explain, sir, rules and regulations. Why I have to explain? I'm not following. Why I have to explain? In my subject rules available, then I can discuss. My subject rules are not available. Non-existing rules are discussing too much here. But we don't know the rules and regulations, sir. Refer your subject. Java, .NET, C language. Parameters, written statements. Strictly you have to follow some rules. But here there is no rules 100%. Then only my program is working. So for each sending the 3 parameters, background, 100% 3 parameters sending. But I'm not received anything because I don't want. If I need, sir, I try to catch that one and use in your program. I interested to receive the parameters and I'm interested to use the parameters, sir. 3 total. E comma, I comma, A. Comma, B comma, C also working, amma. Or XYZ also working. PQ are also working. Anything okay. But I'm taking some meaningful names. What is the meaning, sir? E for element, I for index, A for array. What is it? Elephant, indoor, huh? Huh? So, easy identification, I prefer these names. E for element, I for index, A for apple. That is the thing. So, what we are receiving into this one, sir? This for each day, what is the data extracted from this array? The details is sending as a parameter to your function. Which data it is extracted from the array, the details is sending to your expression, anonymous function. What are the details, sir? Which element it is extracted, that is first place. From which position it is extracted, that is the second parameter. I extracted some so-and-so value from where this index. And what is your total array? This is my total array. This is my total array. So that every information inbuiltly they are sending. So for each, which data it is collected and fetched the array, the details are here. So it receives the element which you extracted, and it is receives the from where you extracted, and this is returns the receives the total array of the. So what is the proof, sir? I'm writing printing statement. See that. Document dot write followed by print E element, small arrow key, I, small arrow key, A. Check it once output. So what is the first value, sir? Element. Second value, index. And third one is your whole array. So 5 times it is sending the 3 parameters. 5 times it is sending 3 parameters. This is I and this is your array. So for each is extracted successfully and handovers to your anonymous function. What are the operations you are interested? Write that logics on these variables. So this is a callback functioning concept. Just I demo focused on the proofs. Theoretically, what I covered, that every theory point to practical I proved here. But now we want to develop the small logics. Now I have small doubt here, but for each sending the total 3 number of parameters. Is it compulsory to receive all 3 parameters? Is it compulsory to receive all 3 parameters? It is sending 3. How many you are interested, receive that one only. How it is possible, sir? Generally, I am saying, general. I am explaining 10 points. How many you are... For topic related 10 points, I am explaining continuously. How many? Your wish, your interest. Somebody may be 10 points remembering. Somebody 5. Somebody 2 points. That depends upon our receiving and listening capability. So I'm giving the 10. How many you want to take it? Your choice. Like that, for each is also giving the 3. How many you want to take it? Your choice. But first time explanation, I didn't take anything. Observe together. That is the question what I asked. So 0 na 1, 2, 3, your choice. I need only elements, sir. Use this one. I need only indexes, sir. First position compulsory, element only comes. Second position, index only comes. So if you need only index, use like this. And use the indexes through the element. So next one, I'm performing a small calculation on my array set. Let s equals to 0. What you are doing, sir? Finding the sum of array. I want to find the sum of array. The array inside some elements available. I want to find the total of that all array. Call back. Array one dot for each of expression function E single parameter I'm taking parameter. S plus equals to E. Then close my functional expression and close the for each method. So what you performed here, sir, finding the sum inside how many elements available, that all elements total I'm finding here. And that finally total stored into this variable. So first check the output. This is sum is 150. What is that, sir? 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. Applied the formula applied for each extracting one element. Which elements are 10? No. That one is passing to this. Already I have some value 0. 0 plus 10, no? 10. Loop complete. I mean function completed. Again going back to for each. It is extracting the second value and passing that one to your function. So previous 10 plus 20, 30. So like that for each is fetching the one by one value. The fetched data, it is passing to your function. And your function is going to finding the total of that element. When out this callback operation completed totally, and last I'm printing the result. So here I used only one parameter, that is element parameter. Because I need elements only, data only, so I don't need any indexes. My final answer. If I increase the element or if I decrease the elements, they're updating automatically. That's not a problem. So how I perform the addition operation, like that you can find the product, we can find the subtraction, we can find the biggest element, we can find the smallest element of the array. When arrays related any type of logic, we can develop here. It depends upon your coding knowledge. Outline is this one, sir. It is which operation you want to perform on array, that logic could develop on E. Operation you want to perform, that operation implement on E. You'll get the results. That is what I did here. So for each callback anonymous function, total 3 points here. For each is the new function of JavaScript, and when you perform these type of operations, it is called as the callback. Next, one more I'm going to introducing here. Actually, the function is old concept only, but callbacks are required. Callbacks is required. Some constant array to another array equals to you know 55 100 20 78. This is one array. What you want to perform, sir? I want to perform the sorting operations, sorting of the array. No need to develop your own logic, sir. Predefined function is there in arrays. Ready-made function is there in sorting. When you just call the sort function, it is performing the sorting automatically. Ready-made. Array2.sort. Clarity purpose, I'm adding some printing steps before sorting or after sorting. Cross-checking becomes as easier before sorting, after sorting. And after sorting, check it. This is your original array and this is your sorted array. Observe the sorted data. Successfully sorted 100 to 200 to 55, 78 to 9. Perfect. Huh? What you are feeling? My point is wrong. Huh? My point wrong. My point wrong. Huh? Perfect here. See with my eyes. Na kalato children. With my eyes. You are believing or not, it's a perfectly sorted, sir, and data sorted in ascending order. Data sorted in ascending order. So 100 to 20, 55, 78 to 9. Data perfectly available in ascending order. Lower to higher order, ascending order. See, I already said see with my eyes. 1, 2, 5, 7, 9. Perfectly sorted. This is 1, this is 2, 55, 5, 7, 9. Order, sir, correct. Ekdam perfect order. See that one. Who can say it's a wrong order? 1, 2, 5, 7, ascending order. Wrong. How wrong? Amma? First 1, next 2, next 5, next 7, next 9. How wrong? So this is the actual nature of the sorting method, sir. It is sorting. It is sorting. But how, sir? Not as per our expected format. They are sorting in their own format. So this format not right. We should give the special instruction to system. So why it is coming like that, sir? String sorting. It is sorting the data in string format. That is basic problem. It sorted the data in string format. When you are sorting the data in string format, how it is checking? First letter, checking. Second letter, second letter. First, second. If first letter difference available, sir, directly displaying in output. First letter matching up luckily, second letter difference it's finding. So that is the process it is followed. A small thing, see that, a small twist to program. Perfectly answer comes, see that one. 10, 20, 55, 78, 90. Any wrong? Perfectly it is coming. But 1 minute back we have the answer wrong. Reasons are, in all string length same. 5 strings available. But we given numbers, sir. You given numbers only, but internally it is taking as a string. So all strings length is same. Then only luckily it will comes into proper order. Not original, accidentally it comes like that. But here says strings length different value. Single character, 3 characters and 2 characters value. So then only we'll get the sorting problem. Problem available. Remedy required. So we found some problem here. For this problem, we have to work on remedies. But now see that sort already developed your own function. Logic is there. And logic is working also. It is sorting your data. But what is problem? It is sorting in the string format, not your expected format. Then only what to do, sir? Give some additional instructions to the sort method. A sort, do this instruction or do this procedure to sort the data. Because a completely function changing not possible because it's already defined function. We can give an additional instructions. Additional instructions. I want to sort the data like this. Instruction, as per your instruction, it is sorting the data. That is last session theory I said. Callbacks to two purposes, enhancing or extending the functionality. Second point, what I said, to add some additional instructions to existing function. Adding instructions to existing function. First point to enhancement operations. But the 2 points of practical, I'll show it also, watch it. Not watch it. I already explained. We have some output here, right? I'm asking the point or question related to this one. This is the logic. Observe clearly. This is logic. Copied. Question coming. But it comes to this rounded part, sir. Who prints this data? Prints this data? The function name. Huh? For each. Sure. Who extracted this data? Extracted. Who fetched this data? Huh? Ten seconds counting. 2 questions answer required. Who printed the data? Who fetched the data? 2 points. Question first or second? Second question attained. Who fetched the data? Who fetched it? Who printed? Array na. Who printed data? Who extracted the data? Boys? Who fetched data? Huh? Data? Which function? Huh? Amaravata. Anonymous function. Expression function. Anonymous expression. Yesterday somebody they asked this question also. Who is that? Ammu. End of the session they asked this question. Expression anonymous. Both same as sir. Every expression function is basically anonymous function. Every arrow function is basically anonymous function. First anonymous, then maybe you are the expression or maybe you are the arrow. So give an answer. Two questions, 2 points. ఏంది వీళ్ళెవరు ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వలేదా? Students, I asked 2 points, but I received the answer from 2 students. 2 points, two students answered. Enough, huh? Two students answered. Nobody is there in online, huh? Okay. Put up there. So data is printing by anonymous come expression function, and data is extracted by the. But now same question here also, sir, sorting function, and a not question, just point I'm writing. Doing one operation, reminding operation, another function doing. So both functions are working together. Both functions are working together. So this is, sir, for 2 points I asked here. There is no response from anybody. I think no online students, and I thought that one. Is there an online students? Anybody? No, no. Still. What you are doing? Sleeping, ah? Sleeping, ah? Ah, very good. Then I'm disconnecting the online session. Okay, na? No, na. Why, sir? Huh? At least you have to say yes or no, no. Huh? Simple points, sir. Pin drop silence. Okay, you can continue like this. No need to respond later. Today onwards, I am also not posting any notes in the Google Class. Deal. Okay, done. No response required. So sort is sorting 100%. There is no doubt at all. But the sort not sorting as per the our requirement. So give the small instruction to sort method. So what is the instruction, sir? This is the instruction. One more callback. One more callback. So this time I'm taking the two parameters here from the sort function. Two parameters I'm taking. What is this ij, sir? I means we have to imagine a of I. The array of I. A of I in the sense array of the I. J means we can assume A of J. J means we can imagine A of J. So I means A of I, J means A of J. So my function taking the two parameters from the sort. And next what you are doing, sir? Small calculation, a small calculation, return followed by I minus J. Return followed by I minus J. The first element minus the second element. Subtraction is comes. A subtraction result I am sending again back to sort function. But what happens, sir? Data sorting in original ascending order. So 9, 20, 55, 78 and 100. Perfect order. Even you can change the values also, it's working properly. Minus 20, suppose. Minus 20, 9, 55, 78 to 100. Minus 100, sir. Okay, minus 100. Minus 100, minus 20, 9, 55 and 78. So it's working properly and perfectly. What you did the gambling, sir? I just subtracted the two elements. A result I hand those to sort function. So what are the result I given? As per the result, it deciding how to sort it the data. Why subtraction only you are doing, sir? Two reasons. Two reasons. Reason number one, when I did the subtraction, data converts into numeric format. Because subtraction is comes under the auto parsing operations. And the second point, sir, a small mathematics technique. Subtract any two numbers, if you subtract it, value is 0, sir, means both are same. When you subtract any two numbers, value is positive, sir. First one is big, second one is the small. When you subtract any two numbers, result is negative value, sir. First one is smaller, second one is the big. I'm subtracting my two elements, a resultant value, positive or negative, I'm sending back to sort. So sort verifying internally, positive value received or negative value received. Which value received as per that internal coding is going to change. So this is the small clue to sort method, how to sort it. Whole logic we are not developed, sir. We are just giving an additional instruction. Sort, we can sort the data based on this instruction. So adding additional instructions to existing method. Previous one, no additional instructions, no, sir. Completely we developed. Instead of ij, can I take any other names, sir? Yes, sir. A, B, X, Y, any name is okay. I, J, Y, I preferred, sir, and easy pronunciation. A of I, A of J. Indirect meaning this one. Subtract the first element and second element and send the difference to sort method. So it is sorted in ascending order like this. Can I get the descending order, sir? Yes, sir. Second element minus first element. Minus I. You will get the data descending order. Sir. So 100 to 78 to 55, 20 and 9. But background meaning, I clearly mentioned that one. Subtracting the two elements, a difference I've given to this one. So what is the difference I given? As per that, it is changing the sorting mechanism. So if I'm not given this instruction, sir, it is sorting as per their own style. When I given this instruction, it is sorting as per the my given instruction style. So one more. This is another one. This is one. First one, extending the functionality. Second one, adding additional instructions. Because 80% of the logic they already developed, I just given only a small instruction and that's all. And here, sir, nothing they developed, the whole logic I developed myself. The single line or multiple lines, sir. Total logic should developed by us only. And internally, you have only the small thing that is extraction of the data. Next one. One more I'm going to introducing, sir. One more function, and it is new feature of the JavaScript again. Sort old concepts, sir. But coming two functions, new concepts. Coming two functions. So first I'm defining one array here, array 3, and take some values, couple of values. Suppose 10, 8, 55, 20, 77, 90, 13. Around those 7 values available. 7 values. So the very first confirmation, I'm printing that array. Array as easily displaying on the screen. What is the operation and what is the task, sir? Coming to that only, sir. I'm going to introducing one of the new concept of or new function of the JavaScript. Special. So what is the function name, sir? Map. Map or collection dot map. So map next function of filter. First function map, second function is the filter. Both new functions and both are for the collection operations and array operations. Like as for each. For each map filter, three new functions, new features of the JavaScript. And all these three functions are introduced for the array operations and collection operations. Three. What is the use of this map set? It is also fetching the data one by one from the array. Like as for each, it is also fetching the data one by one from the array. On that fetched data, if you want to perform any manipulation style operations, the data changes. But array data is there. Array data, I want to reduce it, sir. I want to modify this array data, sir. Yes, you can modify it. Decrementing, sir. Any type of changes. Any type of changes you can perform. There is no problem. So all types of changes are possible, sir. Which change you are expecting, a change related logic you have to write here. Suppose I want to increment all these elements of array, sir. I'll write increment logic. I want to double all these elements, sir. I'll write the double here. I want to reduce all these values, half of these, that, sir. You can write half that formula. But a change is directly affected to my original array, na, sir. Never. It's never affected. Why, sir? By chance, the changes you did accidentally and original array. Recollecting and going back is not possible. So accidentally I applied the changes, sir. No chance to recollect the data. Then only when you are applying the map, what it is doing, sir? Internally, it is creating one copy, one Xerox copy it is creating. One copy prepared internally. On that copy, your changes are going to apply. After completion of all the changes implementation, copy array address is there, na? That address is going to returns to us. A reference returns, and you have to catch into some variable here like this. So map method, it's preparing one copy for this array, and one more second array is created, but data is same data. Second array means they have their own address confirmed. What are the changes you are applying? What are the code you are applying? The code is applying for the newly created array. Once the changes are done, sir, this array reference returns to your variable. So changed array available in this variable, and this is contains the original array as easily. By changes, sir, you can cancel this one. Your original data as easily available, that one. The internal mechanism is like that. I'm just explaining for understanding purpose. Even the same procedure will follows to the filter also, sir. Same procedure will follows by the filter. When you are applying the filters, making the copy of this array, make the copy of this array. Same data is comes to here and apply the filters on this array. After completion of the filters, resultant array reference is returns to your program. Catch that one into one reference variable. Catch that one into one reference variable. So new feature, callback, plus introduced only for the arrays and collections. Array 3 dot function expression. How many parameters are? 3 parameters. The collection related methods all are the 3 parameters. Element to index the whole array as it is. E, I, A. But I need only E only. So E I'm receiving here. So what you want to perform it, sir? My require operation is I want to increment every value. Array inside, what are the data available? That every data I want to increment it. How much, sir? +2 or +5 or +10 or ++. Even ++ also okay. Return followed by ++E. Values 1 number increasing, sir. 10 plus 1, 11, 8 plus 1, 9, 55 plus 1, 56, 20 plus 1, 21, 77 plus 1, 78. Like that, each one number is going to increasing, it total values. But if I run like this, what happens? Whole program waste. And this statement waste, result not comes to anywhere. The same no error and no result also. Reason, sir. My explanation, see that one. Map returns the reference that you have to catch into one variable. But this array not changed, sir. 3 times I repeated point, sir. Map filter not affected to original array. So while running off this logic, they are preparing one duplicate copy for this one with the new address. And your logic applying on the duplicate copy. After completion of that one, that new array address returns. That one you have to catch into here A1. Compulsory. If you are not using the return statement, storing statement, your function calling is literally waste. So procedure same, map fetching the data from this array, handles to your function expression. I'm incrementing the value. That incremented value returns to again map. Internally it is updating in the array, like the cell by cell. Once all updations completed, sir, the total array where I constructed, that address is going to returns. And that address is stored in the A1. So print that A1, sir. You will also get the idea. This is my actual array. This is incremented array. Very clearly there. Original array, incremented array. So 10, 11, 8, 9, 55, 56, 20, 21, 77, 78, like that one incremented. How much you want to increment, that is your choice. So indirectly, I just updated the all data of array. No, sir, I want to double the elements, sir. Each element I want to double it, sir. E into 2. The whole array I'm doubling. Doubling in the sense 2 times incrementing, multiplying of every element. You see that? Value. Double the array. Or I want to reduce the whole array, sir. This is half of value is going to reducing it. But suppose x variable, sir. Can I write the x plus 1, sir? No problem. Can I write the x into 2, sir? No problem. Can I write the x by 2, sir? No problem. Because that is variable, normal variable. But I want to perform same operations on one array, sir. Array plus plus, array by 2, array by multiplied with 2 doesn't allows because that is a reference variable. But how to perform the same operations on that array, sir? These are the mechanisms. So this is ARR3. But as per my Saturday's explanation, ARR3, what it contains internally? As per my Saturday's explanation, ARR3, what it contains internally? Reference or address of your array. But address plus plus into what happens? Address incrementing. Incremented, you are shifting to your next house. And the next address it will comes. Next address and your neighbor's address comes. No use. But if I write the ARR by 2, sir, ARR inside address available. Address by 2, and half address reducing. Half address reducing, half data reducing, correct? So reference variables, additions, subtractions, multiplications, comparisons are not possible. If you want to perform that type of operations, you should go for the callbacks by using that functions. So develop any logic, sir, but finally return step is compulsory. So return step is compulsory. Without returning, if I write only I minus j, sir, waste. Because values you collected from the other function and you have to resubmit the data and mutual communication. Question, no? Answer. Both available, then good. You will getting a more. Only questions say, sir, no answers, sir. And Function also not me, program also working. See that return statement and removed here. The start is asking what is the difference of two values. Function should answer the difference, but it's not answering. Internally pronouncing I minus 5, 10, internally pronouncing, but value not returning to sort. Now see that what is the effect. Sorted? Data sorted? No, that is two-way communication important. Underline this word. Two-way communication is important. Otherwise, your outputs are removed or not? So I subtracted myself, sir. Yourself no important. Expressing of that value is important. Here also, I'm not returning the way any value, sir, but I incremented myself, sir. So per empty array created. Observe that one. All comma, 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 comma. Empty array created. Where is my data? So functions also following that formula. Take and give policy. That function asking something, this function giving the answer properly. Then only you'll get the output. Otherwise, the language rules and regulations. Written compulsory. Don't forget that. So array manipulations related, any type of operations you can perform here. Next, one more, sir. If I remove this function, what happens, sir? Same. Today starting what I shown, same error is come. See this one. Array dot map. What it is saying once again? Anonymous. These are already callbacks. Now one more callback, sir. On the same array I'm performing. Already so many arrays we created. So this array, one more operation I'm performing. What is that, sir? Filter. One more callback. Filter. So new function, new concept, callback, arrays, collections. So what are the information I shared at the map? Same, purpose different. Remaining points are same. New feature of the JavaScript callback compulsory, and we can apply only on arrays and collections only. So what is the purpose of this filter, sir? To filter the elements. Filtering operations. On a shopping websites, products filtering. Trains websites, trains filtering. Interviews, students filtering. Filtering of the students. So in my array, I have n number of elements, sir. That elements I want to filter. Some elements I want to get it, some elements I want to remove it. So applying the filters on elements. That also called as filtering of the data. Which data you want to filter, sir? That right inside the anonymous function. I want to filter even numbers. I want to filter odd numbers. I want to filter positive numbers. I want to filter negative numbers. I want to filter prime numbers. Which type of data you want to filter? The data related logic right here. Explanation I already given at a time with Mapo. Same process. It is also making the copy of this array. And also making the copy of your original array. On that copy, it is applying every logic. And it is returning that address. So let followed by even. To what you are doing, sir? I want to filter only even numbers. So then only array name easy understanding even I'm taking. Write your array name once again. ARR3.filter. Can I run this program, sir? Yes, sir. Error comes. Array.filter. It is also expecting anonymous function. They're also expecting the anonymous function. Functional expression E. Functional expression E. Same, it is also fetching the data from array and sandhouse to one by one to your function. Write the if condition here. Intentions aren't, I want to filter the evens. Means I want to keep only even numbers. So odd numbers, I want to eliminate it. Only even elements I want to maintain. Odd elements I want to eliminate from the round. If E percentage 2 equals to 0, then return E. I'm returning the E, but when I'm returning the E, sir, and when out this if condition is success. What is this condition, sir? Even number checking. So my current extracted element, current fetched element is even number. Yes, then return it. By chance, if it is odd number, sir, I'm not returning and indirectly throwing the. But now this array stores only even numbers only, even elements only. This is my original array. A1 is my original, no sorry, this one, array 3 gada. This is my original array, sir. But while it comes to my new array, only 4 elements comes out of 8 elements. So why, sir, into 4 elements deleted? 55 gone, 77 gone, 13 gone. And next, remaining 8 to 10, 20, 90 available. The odd numbers eliminated, even numbers only copied. So data filtered successfully. So filter function purely applying of filters only. Filter the data, which data you need, keep it that one, and unnecessary data, throw it. I'm writing one more, same function, one more. Just an idea purpose, odd. We just take the not equal. E not equals to 0. What happens, sir? Even numbers removed, only odd numbers it keeps. Last 2 lines observed. So from this array, I filtered the even numbers separately. I filtered the odd numbers separately. And maintaining in the separate arrays. So any type of data filters, we can perform it. Which type of data you want to apply the filters, a corresponding condition is required here, don't forget. Any condition. Can I filter only prime numbers, sir? Write here prime number logic. Yesterday I explained that, write the prime number logic. Or I want to filter only positive numbers, sir. Write the positive number. E greater than or equals to 0, return it. Otherwise, remove it. So lastly, one small point, sir. If you apply the maps or if you apply the filters, the original array doesn't affects. So all the changes are applied on one copy of the array. That copy is returns to you. I want to change the original array only, sir, directly. Would do one thing. My array before constant available kada. Remove that constant, because constant available, you can't change the address. So remove this constant, write the var are let. What you are doing here, let A1 you are writing, na? Same place again write the A3. What happens? Old array 3 is deleted, new array 3 is going to constructed. It is overwriting on the same array. And this is the technique. And constant అయితే you should not use. Because if I use the constant, this statement error kada. Friday's class with the diagram I explained that one. You are constant, so you can't change the address. But map of filters, so these all methods always returns the new addresses. That is overwriting on the existing address, not possible when you are the constant. But all these programs, what I did, sir, I'm taking one predefined function. Inside already some logic available. Plus I'm adding my own logic also. That is the last session onwards what I'm saying. So my logic is executing plus filter inside default logic is also executing. A filter inside method is executing. It is filtering. How it is filtering, sir? As per my guidelines. Filter method ready to filter, but what they want to filter, no idea. How to filter, they knows. I know how to filter, but which one you want to filter? Oil, milk, buttermilk, water. What you want to filter? Petrol or diesel? Instruction here. Simple thing. Every function, same thing, sir. But sir, you know already functions, sir. You are directly writing here, callback required, write it, callback required, write it. We are learners, sir. How can I identify their callback required or not, sir? Practice. Practice by practice. A lot of predefined functions available. In the future, we are writing so many functions like this. Only today, first time. Every day we have to use almost. So by practice, you will get that one. Any techniques or clues not available, sir? We have technique and clue, but not explained. Because your response is not good, Gada. So techniques available, sir. Good responses comes, then I'll share the technique. Next one, moving to second one. Second anonymous, arrow functions. This total program, as easily I'm going to redesigning with the arrows. Because I already explained something you understand. But instead of writing only fresh program, experiments already understand program, we'll remodel with the arrow function. Concept we know, expressions removed, expressions place arrows are entered. So easy to follow, easy to understand. Here also I'm going to using 2 points, sir. How to call arrow functions by using reference name and how to perform the callback operations on this one. Same top to bottom, same pattern. First this one and then this one. So the very first, I'm going to defining arrow functions. Arrow functions syntax with the different syntaxes, sir. Variety syntax, different syntax. That variety different syntax providing to us the shortcuts. It's lambda expressions in our other languages. Lambda expressions available in other languages. So it's look like as like that. Look like, not original. First we are defining arrow functions. First we are going to defining arrow functions. As per the syntax, parenthesis, arrow operator, curly bracket, curly bracket. Yesterday already given syntax, arrow functions. Already. 2 syntaxes place side by side I typed and common explanations I given. Okay, explanations already over, sir. Arrow function, how to define the arrow function. I'm directly writing the example. So this is the arrow function syntax. By chance, if you forget it, check the yesterday's book, you will find the syntax. Remember, this is only a pakka. Double equals together, single equal. I think it's a double equal. Double here. Correct, you are single, but equal double. Single or double? Single. Double here. Black shirt, same bench. Double or single? No idea. Single. So single equal, and this is the greater than. This single equal and greater than, it's called as the arrow operator. I think it's the 13th operator we are discussing overall, starting days onwards. Parsing operator, interpolation operator, like that, rounding operators, and one more operator, this is arrow operator. So help, sir, what is the purpose? To define the arrow functions. Arrow functions, we have variety syntaxes, sir. But yesterday you explained only one syntax, sir. And yesterday I prepared that syntax only. Morning. Yesterday night I prepared full-fledgedly. Now all syntaxes I am explaining. There is no time to prepare. Sunday kada, yesterday afternoon total free kada. Lot of syntaxes I prepared. Generally lecturer preparing and explaining, common thing. Total 5 syntaxes I am going to show you. First syntax, no specials. Second syntax onwards, we'll get some variety points. AF. AF function. Without parameters, return value. Without parameters and without return. And I'm not taking any parameters. I'm not returning any value also even. So once again, sir, anonymous function ready. With printing of a small message. With printing of a small message, one anonymous function is ready. But this function, if I want to call from another location, another program, sir, not possible. So follow as it is reference concept. Constraint followed by myfun equals to this. So one more anonymous function. And this is the reference variable. And this reference variable contains the address of this function. So a simple anonymous function is ready. No parameters, no return value. Now working 100% normal function. It's a normal function. To run this function, call the reference variable myfun. Call the reference variable myfun. This is one syntax. And the next is second formation cell. Syntax in the sense of different forms, different models, we can define the arrow function cell. So second function, arrow functions with and with explicit return statement. With the parameters and with explicit return statement. And we are writing the return statement ourselves. and my function is taking parameters plus my function is also returning. A return statement should defined by the us only. But any special, sir, I'm clearly mentioning explicit return means what, sir? And implicit return is also available. In common with it. Clearly mentioning explicit in the sense implicit is also possible. Okay, arrow function with parameters and arrow function with explicit return statement. Function same add x comma y, two parameters, arrow function, curly bracket, return followed by x plus y, and close this. So what happens, sir? Nothing special. One more function, anonymous function, and that this function location stored in the reference variable add. Small comparison, sir. What is this one? What is this one? Function. Why is a dull response? Just one small change. Remove the function keyword, place the arrow key. This is called as function if you know properly. Second function writing. Nothing matter. Small correction. Remove the keyword, add the operator. Or remove the operator, add the keyword. Arrow. Expression, arrow. So second function also ready, sir. Next, third function. Arrow function with parameters. Arrow function with parameters, but with the implicit return statement. IMP means not important, amma, implicit. Implicit return. What is meaning of implicit return, sir? I'm not developing any return statement, but my function returning the value. Without return statement, we are returning the value. Possible, sir. Arrow function is possible. Expression function is not possible. I'm not explained this type of concept in the last example because it's not supported, but arrows are supported. So function name constant followed by product equals to curly bracket return followed by x multiplied with y close. Wait, just a minute. This is original function. Well, but what we want to highlight here, implicit return. So what is the procedure, sir? But this is my function. My function inside how many steps available? Body contains how many steps? Only one statement. As per 1 week back explanation, when you have the single statement, curly brackets are optional. So remove the curly bracket. Sir, it's a function, sir. Functions also single step available. You can remove the bracket. When you remove the curly bracket, automatically this one is comes to top. Side by side it will comes. Next one. Whenever you remove the curly brackets, automatically system activated implicit return statement. Curly brackets, if you remove it, implicit statement activated. So remove this return also. This is arrow function with parameters and arrow function with the implicit return statement. If you remove the curly brackets, automatically return statement activated. That is called as implicit return. If I write by mistake explicit return, what happens, sir? Nothing happens. Syntax error is comes. Because you are writing one return. Already internally you have one more. Return x into y. Buy one, get one like that. If you remove curly brackets, you will get one more benefit. What is that, sir? No need to return that one. But value returning, sir, 100% returning. But now where is the function here? In this, where is the function here? function. Small piece is there, na? This is called as function, arrow function. Sir, it's look like as a small expression or it's look like as a small calculation, sir. That is arrow function special. The shortest way to write the functions. Generally, when you see suddenly the code or program, you felt that it is a calculation, but it's actually a full-fledged function. But in the very, very, very shortest process. Next, one more, sir. Arrow functions with one parameter with explicit return statement. One parameter with explicit return statement. So in one parameter scenario also we have one special. That is I'm going to introducing. Constant followed by nat sum. Sum of n natural numbers. Nat sum of n natural numbers. Formula known as? Formula. Natural sum. So n into n plus 1 by 2 as a predefined mathematics formula. So n arrow function return followed by, just wait, some changes are happens. So n multiplied with n plus 1 by 2 and close this. This is original arrow function. What is the special in this one, sir? Explicit return, the curly brackets I'm using, no changes in that one. Then what is the special, sir? It is single parameter. Same, when you have the single parameter, parenthesis also optional. When you have the single statement, curly brackets optional. When you have the single parameter, brackets also optional. Your interest. But it's a parameter only. It's a parameter, but I'm not using any brackets. System allows. System full clarity available. You have clarity or not to think about yourself. Also deleted, sir. But still it's a valid function. Next, one more flavor, one more combination. Arrow function with one parameter, arrow function with the implicit return. Not available, brackets not available. No parentheses and no brackets. That is the step meaning. Defining one more function to find the area of the circle. Finding the area of circle. So first one, sir. R for radius. Curly brackets. Return followed by math.pi. Pi. Multiplied with R with R. The original function, sir. But as per the comment line, what are the changes required? As per the comment, what are the changes required? Remove the flavor brackets first. Then remove the return also. Next, parenthesis also deleted. That's all. Over. No brackets, no brackets. Two brackets deleted. So 4 combinations I covered here. First example, brackets available, parenthesis available, curly brackets available. Second explanation, but curly brackets are not available. Third explanation, parenthesis not available, curly brackets are available. Fourth one, no, both not available. See that arithmetic way, combination. First 2 available. Next one, first one available, second one not available. Next, first one not available, second one available. Last combination, no both. Different forms to write the arrow functions. Don't feel it's a different types of functions. 100% wrong thinking. One function we can write in different shades or different formats. So I'm not saying these are the types of functions. That is not correct pronunciation. So total 5 arrow functions I developed, sir. these all are working on auto. We have to test it. So testing tomorrow we'll do. Hmm? Thank you all. I minus j, sir. Sorting logic, I minus j. First element of the array, second element of the array, both subtracting. A subtracting result, we are returning to the sort function again. The actual information, not understanding, not possible. Because we designed a half millimeter step. In that half millimeter step, not understanding how it is possible. Oh, 100 lines program available, sir. And just a simple line, amma. I minus j. Subtract the two elements and difference I am returning to the sort. What are the answer is comes from your I minus j. As per that, it is changing internally sort logic. Internally, they are changing the chain. Function. Extremely ఏం జరుగుతుంది స్టార్టింగ్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ CSS last CSS so again CSS is starting right now so the big program, what are the methods you are all are predefined. Have for each is not powerful. It's not predefined. Where develop the function logic. Already they defined, we are calling. It is substituting the pi values are predefined. It is substituting the value of the pi predefined.